This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
Shock in Chennai. Father allegedly murders his own son, buries him in Neelankarai area. He is now absconding. Another father kills his daughters as young as 2 and 3 in Vellore. Didn't have the wherewithal to bring them up. The attendance roster at the Chennai Sangamam inaugural included Kanimuri, but the Arigiri, the prodigal son, was absent. And where is best friend A. Raja? The fence sitter in the state has declared the numbers. Dr. Ayya says they want 50 seats for the PMK. The train journey turned out to be a parched trip for the passengers of the West Coast Express, an Ndtv-Hindu exclusive.
Time I've just boarded into the train. I haven't found a single drop of water, and none of the attendants have even bothered to do anything about it.
Worrying our leaders within the walls of the assembly and the Aam Aadmi, of course, with onions and tomatoes reaching the roof. Supreme Court's tough talks yields results in reducing the number of participants in Jallikattu. Improvising and reinventing art is the way forward this Margari season. Well, good evening everyone. This is Headlines Now. I am Radhika Iyer. This evening we're bringing you shocking news from the city of Chennai. A father has allegedly murdered his 19-year-old son, and of course in a separate case of crime, a father murders his daughters as young as 2 and 3. Where is the crime graph heading to? Just like our tomatoes and onions, going all the way northwards. We'll get you news and details of that breaking report, but first let's get the national headlines rolling. Manufacturing numbers pull down industrial growth figures to 2.7%. Pranab Babu admits inflation is the culprit. As Sharad Pawar meets Pranab Mukherjee, the NCP hits back at Junior Gandhi for blaming high prices on coalition compulsions. Onion traders in the capital call off their strike after the Chief Minister talks tough. NDTV learns that the Defence Ministry will now reject outright trivial requests from the states for army deployment. Sachin returns to one-day cricket after 11 months. His last match against the same opponents saw him being first to score 200. Breaking news just coming in. Dilip Kumar, a 19-year-old boy who's said to be a student of 12th class, has been found murdered. We'll give you rough details as they're coming in, the sketchy details that we know at the moment. Of course, this is news that broke a few moments ago. This 19-year-old boy, his body seems to have been, in fact, extracted from under the earth. It seems that a father allegedly murdered this son and buried him. This news from Neelankarai area in Chennai. This boy didn't have external injuries or any marks, but it was possible strangulation. The father, it seems, is absconding, and this, in fact, was confirmed to us by the local police there, and they suspect the father. This boy was allegedly buried under the sand by his own father in Nanniyar Kappam, which is, of course, in the Neelankarai area, the zone. The body was in a decomposed condition. It was unearthed and sent to Roypeta for post-mortem and examination furthermore. We can go across to my colleague Salim, who just broke the news for us. Salim, very, very shocking indeed. Take us through the details of this horrific case. Salim, if you can hear me, take us through the details of this horrific murder. We're trying to get across to Salim, of course, but if I may give you details one more time, this Wednesday evening, what we bring for you is not very good news. We've had two separate incidents of crime of fathers killing their own children. First was a father in Vellore who allegedly murdered his 2 daughters as young as 2 and 3 years old. This, of course, happened this morning in Vellore district, when a few days ago the bodies of these 2 young girls was found. They were drowned, in fact, in a well. And this morning we broke news to you that the father has indeed confessed in Vellore, saying he didn't have the wherewithal and so he had to murder his 2 daughters. This, of course, pictures that we're bringing to you, those lovely looking girls who were allegedly murdered by the father. He, of course, has written in his confession letter that he did not have the wherewithal to support or even bring the children up, and that was the reason why he had to take this extreme step. The father is now in police custody. He has confessed to the crimes. The girls were only 2 and 3 years old and were last seen playing right across the government hospital in Vellore city. The next that the villagers saw were the 2 bodies floating in a nearby well. The police are trying to ascertain how the girls died through a post-mortem. We do not know, though, that the man, we do not know whether the man allegedly killed the children, but of course his confession letter seems to suggest just that. The police, of course, not ruling out chances of false confession here. They say they're investigating through all means. And the other news that we just broke to you was, of course, from Chennai just moments ago, where a father seems to have allegedly murdered his own son in Neelankara area. We'll bring you details of that horrific murder in just a bit. Moving on, the grand cultural extravaganza that ushers in the harvest season of Pongal in the state, the Chennai Sangamam, is here. The island grounds is decked in all grandeur to host the 6-day festival. The folk artists brought in from different districts of the state have been rehearsing here for the past few days for the special performances that have been lined up for the 6 days ahead. Notably, it was the managing trustee of Tamil Mayam, Father Jagat Gasper, who played the lead role, and we're bringing you live pictures of that very event as it is happening in Chennai right here. Jagat Gasper, remember, the person who owns, who is the founder of Tamil Mayam, the NGO, is playing a very important role there. Remember, Tamil Mayam was raided by the CBI in connection with the 2G spectrum scam on the 15th of December. And ever since, Father Jagat Gasper, the founder of Tamil Mayam, has been very, very proactively defending his own organization and saying that the finances that they have suddenly seen and the prosperity in finances is completely accounted for. The Chief Minister right there at the inaugural function, we did see Kanimuri, the Rajya Sabha MP, and of course the daughter of the Chief Minister, who spoke a short while ago. She again was someone who was again closely linked with the Chennai Sangamam and of course Tamil Mayam. She was one of the founders of Tamil Mayam, and she of course is back in her role and what she does best, which is to promote culture. We can go across to Shabir Ahmed, my colleague, who's right there on the spot reporting from there. Shabir, hi there. It seems that there is a lot of culture, color right around you, but the wave of that uncertainty and of course the fact that Tamil Mayam, the fact that Father Jagat Gasper is back, Argari missing, all of these leading to a very, very pertinent and a significant political point that that the DMK is clearly seeing in the few days to come.
Yes, definitely. Alagiri skipping this program, this event, is something it was expected because he was against conducting Chennai Sangamam, and even he was pressing Chief Minister to actually not to conduct this function. He asked Tamil Nadu government not to fund this function because Tamil Nadu government has been funding this function for the past 4 years, and this time there was a strong opposition from the family, but Karnataka made it very clear that this is something which Kanimuli is closely involved in, and it's a pet project, so that cannot be compromised. So there is also a family feud involved in it, and also the 2G spectrum controversy haunting the DMK, and also the family members and also the people who are very close to the DMK's first family is something perhaps the controversial point in this particular event that has been launched by the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. And here the Chief Minister M. Karnataka is sharing the dais with Father Jagat Gasper, against whom a CBI raid was conducted in the 2G spectrum scam case. In fact, Chief Minister M. Karnataka did not make any kind of public appearance with Hey Raja, but now for the very first time he is making public appearance with Father Jagat Gasper, whose office was raided last year in connection with the 2G spectrum scam. But at the same point of time, here we see there have been rumors within the press gallery saying that while many High Court order has been violated.
That's right, Shabir. Very pertinent point there made by you. But clearly the Chief Minister seems unperturbed. He seems quite pleasantly well within the match on the stage there, just a chair away from Jagat Gasper, the man who was rather caught unaware, someone who was raided on the 15th of December last in connection with the 2G spectrum case, which many in fact thought was the first connection to the DMK's first family, considering Kanimuri, a very close friend of A. Raja's, also a very close friend of Jagat Gasper's, was one of the founders of Tamil Mayam, someone who again is sharing the stage with Jagat Gasper. So it's really the picture that you might just watch or look at in papers right tomorrow. Chief Minister Karunanidhi having his daughter Kanimuri on one side, and of course Jagat Gasper on the other. A very, very telling picture indeed, something that might just haunt the DMK for a few days to come, considering its election season. The very favorite son, Stalin, of course, has come here for the event to be a part of the inaugural function. But like predicted, MK Argiri, the prodigal son, has given the event a miss. We'll continue to bring you live pictures of that event. We'll, of course, cut across to the Chief Minister's speech as well at that cultural extravaganza. But we'll slip into a short break now. Is this the Southern Railway's idea of a dry run? We'll get you this exclusive report on the other side. Stay tuned.